Hello, everyone. My name is Sunday, and I welcome you all to Against FX. Today, we are going to be carrying out our technical analysis for the week ahead. If you are new to this our channel, please do subscribe to it. It's not a big deal to do subscription. It's a very simple something. All right. And apart from that, if you need a mentorship, one-on-one mentorship, as in you want to learn how to trade, you want to be a forex trader, we offer mentorship program. As a matter of fact, I have students already, and the beginners program is on. So it's an opportunity for you to key in now, all right, so that we can have you train. There's nothing bad in somebody having multiple stream of incomes. It is of so many things. All right, so we'll be analyzing different pairs so that we can know where the trend is headed, and we can now know, okay, where we should position for an opportunity. As soon as the opportunity comes, we now entered the market. Remember, as a forex trader, as a professional trader, you don't just make a hasty decision. You need to, first of all, read your structure, look at the structure very well, and know where you should wait for price to come to you. Price must come to you. Don't chase price. Let price come to your area of interest. Then, once it enters the area of interest where you have POIs that is well priced, and make sure there's AVG seated there, at that point, all you need to do is to take action. You don't need to hesitate. All right. As a forex trader, the first thing you must deal with is fear. Allay fear. Do away with fear. If you know what you are doing, if you can perform technical analysis in a very sound way, no structure, know the overall direction of trend, then you now know from the overall direction of trend, you now single out the current trend. From there, you will now know where to position for an opportunity. All you need to do is go to higher time frame, mark your POIs. Mark your POIs. All right, once you mark all your POIs, you can now scale down to your time frame of execution. Then you use those POIs that you have already marked on the higher time frame, wait for price there. As soon as price gets there, what you need to do is take action. I always advise my mentee, when you want to take position, always follow the higher time frame. All right, not following the lower time frame. It's the higher time frame that will give you direction where price, where the trend is going. All right, there are some support and resistance, there are some POI that you will see on the lower time frame. If you check the higher time frame, those things are not there. All right, because the higher time frame, you see that it's smooth. All right, but when you look at the lower time frame, you see so many POIs. And as far as trend is concerned, it's a higher time frame that decides the direction. And once it takes off, if it's going to a particular direction, it's going there. No matter what is on the way, it's going to brush or crush that thing. So you must learn how to follow the higher time frame. Once you know how to follow higher time frame, once you see price action coming into your area of interest, scale down, all right, to take your trades. That is how it should be. So the first on the list right now, before we start, you can go to www.egainsfx.com. All right, this is our website, and we offer all these services. So you just go there, send us uh, an email to contact us. Then we'll now take everything from there. Apart from that, for the fundamental analysis, like I've always advised anybody that is following me, watching my videos or my mentees, for the fundamental analysis, you go to forexfactory.com. You see all the news that are upcoming. All right, beginning from today, being Sunday, till Friday. You see the time, the day, the time, the currency pair, the impact that the news we have. All right, you will see there. All right, so that is that about fundamental analysis. So for the technical analysis, first let's analyze Euro USD. All right, so first thing we need to do is to first of all identify is for us to first of all identify overall direction of the trend from the higher time frame. All right, we first of all identify the overall direction of the trend. So let's do that. We go to daily, all right? Go to daily. Let's see what we have. Okay, if you look at the daily, you see that right here, we have an obvious um, a resistance level here, and we have the support level here. So when you mark this very one point here, and also mark this point here, all right, you discover that price is reacting here. All right, so now all we need to do right here is that this very point, you cannot see there is also another a pullback here that gave this break of structure to the upside. So what we need to do is we'll then mark this place. Let's mark this place. All right. We see break of structure. Break of structure is when price creates a high, then when price creates a high like this, then it will now come, breaks the high, create another high, pull back, breaks the high, pull back, breaks the high. So this is a character of what? A bullish trend, a bullish trend. So we see this very one here is a pullback, created this high, pullback, then created this high. All right, price now, after the creation of this high, price now came down, pulling back. All right. So at this point, what we need to do from this higher time frame, we've been able to ascertain that we are in a bullish market. This is what bullish is bullish. All right. Now, the next thing we need to do, this is the last break of structure, and we have an FVG right here. FVG simply means fair value gap. Fair value gap. All right. This big candle here, price needs to come and cover up this space. All right. If you look at it very well, it's like just a little. Just a little, all right, but when we scale down, let's scale down and take a good look at it very well, all right. And this is a 4-hour chart. You're on a 4-hour chart. This one here. You can now see that we have an AVG here. We have an AVG here. We have an AVG here, all right. So this one has been mitigated. So it's no longer valid. It has been mitigated. So we have an AVG here. So we are going to mark this point. Mark this point and this point here. All right, so it's like this. We're on 4-hour right now, and we can see the current trend is this. This is the current trend. All right. So from the 4-hour point of view, is making a pullback. All right, making a pullback. This trust me, this move, all right, created a high, now is coming back. All right, this you can now see. All right, so at this point, we have identified a fair value gap here, and this is where the price has pulled back to. So if you want to really know where price should actually pull back to, like I've always taught us, let's bring our fib tool like this to the high. All right, so let's drag it. Yeah, it's right in what? In our discount level. On our discount level. So what we need to do right now is for us to now scale down to 1 hour. Or before then, we can scale down to 3 hours to look at it. It's the same thing. The FVG is still there. Look at it. The FVG is still there on 2 hours. Then we can now scale to 1 hour. All right. So when we now scale down to 1 hour, there's something different that we are seeing. All right. So we need to check this one properly. This leg. For you to understand what we are saying, this 1 hour chart, see the average that we saw from the 4 hours. So you can now see this is the average. All right, so we are waiting now, right now. When we look at this pullback, we can now see that at this point, there's something happened. And what is that? A market shift happened here. Market shift happened there. So this market shift is a sign that there is going to be a push to the upside. Exactly what has happened now. And in this push, we can single out an LVG here too. So there's fair value gap here where price will come back to interact with this block, with this point, then it can now push to the upside. So at this very moment, we have one, the AVG one. All right, we have one here. So we are expecting price to come and interact, close up this place, then we should dish out a buy. When price action gets to this point, you should dish out a buy. So right now, but if it breaks below this point, that means it's coming to interact with this leg, this LVG. This is the second LVG. The second one is a little far, so the one that is close is what we should first of all put an eye on. Right? This is the closest one. Right? This is the closest one right here. And so all we need to do right now is we have seen that there is already a market shift here. We need to just put it here so that we know that right here, market shift happens. Market shift happened. So immediately market shift happened, there was a push to the upside, then price started going to the upside, then it created this high. After that, then this pullback now is holding here at this support level. But let's see what happens now that the market has opened. If it pulls back down a little, it's supposed to interact with this fair value gap, close up this place, then push to the upside again. So as far as EU is concerned, that is EURUSD is concerned, there's an opportunity here. This POI, we need to watch this POI closely, this point. Then, watch this POI closely. Then, we also need to watch this level also closely. This very point here. This very point here. So once price plays into this area, this level here, and you see a reaction, don't hesitate to take your trade. And this very one, once price pull back to this point, and once you see any hesitation, don't hesitate to take your trade. All right. As far as I'm concerned, the overall analysis of the Euro USD, we should be looking to buy, but we have to wait for price to get here before we can buy. But if price action breaks this level down, that means we should be waiting for price here. If it eventually breaks below this point, that means it's going to clear out this point, come down here, interact with this LVG here that is here present, then before price action will now start going to the upside. So that is that for Euro USD. So make sure you apply proper risk management. Apply proper risk management. All right. And the next one, let's US30. US30, we'll go to the higher time frame, the daily. Look at like there's a strong resistance here. You can see this point. There's a strong resistance here. Price got a drop, we got a drop, we got see again, and it's pulling back. So right now, since we have identified that there's an obvious resistance here, what we need to do is scale down to uh, the 4 point of view. We can now see that price is making its way to the downside. All right, it's making its way to the downside. Price is making its way to the downside. It's pulling back. All right, so and when you look at from the higher time frame here, when you look at the when you look at the structure, you discover that this here is a break of structure from here to the upside. So this point here, there is a break of structure here. All right, there's a break of structure right here. A break of structure right here. Okay, now this break of structure we need to do is what? Scale down to the 4 hours. And that we have scaled down to the 4 hours, you can now see very clearly that price is breaking structure to the downside. Now, at this point, we need to uh, take a very good look at this very place. This is the obvious level that is here, but we still have 1, 2 POIs here. But this is the obvious resistance and support level that is here. All right, so price should come back to retest this level. When price gets to this point and we see any hesitation, we should buy. Or if we want to follow this push to the downside as it's making its way down, once price creates another low, bring out your fib. If it creates another low, bring out your fib like this. Wait for price to pull back into your premium level. Then once it gives you any reaction, then you can now join the price to sell to the downside. What do I mean by that? For example, let's say price was here and this was the low it created. As it's pulling back here, it has pulled back into a discount, a premium level. Then you can now join to push the price down. As simple as that. So as it stands now, there is the current this is the current trend is making its way downward. When you look at it like this, more information will be popping up, but we will not finally get to 1 hour. All right, the 1 hour. This is a 1 hour. Then you discover that price is hovering around this point, this level. So this very point here, that is what is holding the price. So at this point, you can now plot your this and wave of price to play into our level from 50 to 100. Let price play into our area of interest. You can now sell. Remember that this current trend is making its way to the downside. It's making its way to the downside. But when it got it, there was a strong rejection from here. All right, there was a strong rejection from here. But don't forget where we are waiting for the price. Don't forget where we are waiting for price action, right? When the price got here, it reacted, all right? It got to this point again, it reacted, but if you can see, it's making its way to the downside. So it's like that. So as far as I'm concerned, on this US30, the current trend here is what? This current leg is bearish. The current leg is bearish. But the overall trend is bullish, but the current trend is making its way down. All right? It's making its way down like this. This is leg one. We need another one. All right, so price is making its way to the downside. The current trend is bearish. It's bearish, even though the overall trend is bullish, but the current trend is bearish. The current trend is bearish until as it's making its way down, if it gets to any POIs that holds it, that makes the price to stall, then we will now see a rebound that will now trigger a bullish continuation. All right, the overall trend is bullish, but this current trend right here is bearish. All right, so when you plot like this, you discover that we are bearish. All right, this is the high, lower high, lower high, lower high. So we are bearish on the current trend. That is what we should know. All right, so this is the POI where we should be waiting for price. All right, we should be waiting for price here. Because this one has been mitigated, this point has been mitigated, though there was a clear rejection of price from here. But when you look at the current trend, you discover that this guy is making his way back. It's supposed, this push to the downside is supposed to break this level, but it stopped shy here. It stopped shy. That means as it's making its way back into a premium level, then once it starts to sell, is going to use this as a liquidity to facilitate the downward move. All right. But what we don't know is that when price get to this same level, when price get to this same support level, we rest assured that there will be a reaction. So if this level is broken, then we can now be targeting this POI. But if it holds, it might return price back up. So in Forex, we trade what we see, not what we think. What we see is what we trade. This is an obvious support. It's an obvious support level. This very point here is an obvious support. This very point. This is a test one. This is another one. Then, even though there was a spike through it, but price action closed above it. So there's something is telling us there. But at that time, there was a buying pressure, there was a rejection. So the push triggered this move to the upside. Now, price has come back to this same level where this pattern, this W pattern occur. All right, this W pattern occur. Right, so price is coming back to that same level, and we can see that there is a reaction already. So, as far as I'm concerned, we should wait for this price to pull back to a premium level. Then we sell. Our selling should be up to this support level. All right, up to that support level, because even here, there's a strong resistance level. So we should be mindful of this resistance level. So at this point, we're going to watch price action dish out what he owes us. What he wants, the direction he wants to give us, let price action decide where he wants to go. If he's going to continue this bearish move, breaking through this level, then our next point of action should be this POI. All right, so that is that as far as I am concerned. So you trade what you see, not what you think. What you see is what we are going to trade. So we have a POI here that the price is reacting to already, and this level here is a strong support level. So if price breaks through this place, it's coming to this level. And if it stalls here and we see any reaction or a rejection from here, then we'll go long. Don't forget the high of the structure is your TP. All right. So let's analyze GBPUSD. GBPUSD. From a higher time frame point of view, we need to first of all ascertain where the trend is going. So we can see that it's bullish. It's bullish, but we're having a pullback, and it has gotten to this support level, and price is holding here. A support level, a resistance level, now a support level. Very significant. right? Support level now, a resistance level now, a support level. So something like this is very, very significant, all right, in trading. So at this point, we need to, first of all, where is the last break of structure? This is the last break of structure. All right, this is the last break of structure. That is the last break of structure. Then we have ascertained that we are bullish. Why? Because we're making higher high, higher lows, higher high, higher lows, higher high, higher lows, higher high. Then price pull back to a support level. So let's scale down to 4 hours. 4 hours, you can see price pushing to the downside. All right. At this point, we need to now look at what is actually happening. The price came back, stalled here, and is reacting. All right, it's reacting. They will say the resistance level is now becoming a support level. There's a resistance here, support, 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 and support here. So let's watch what price is now currently doing here, because that is what matters. What price is currently doing here, right? This is a pullback to this PY, pullback to this PY here. All right, so we're going to, at this point, let's scale down to 3. Scale down to 2, then scale down to 1 hour. Let's scale down to 1 hour. What is happening here? Let's see very clearly. Price is reacting to this level, all right? It's reacting to this level. We've been bearish, 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 bearish. It's been pulling back. All right, but right here, price has started rebounding and is going gradually finding its way to the upside. Yeah, well, this GU is not really, it's not really clear. There's no AVG present, nothing. So we're just going to watch this and let's see what it will give us before the close of business on Monday. So as far as I'm concerned, there's no setup here at all. There's no setup here at all. There's no setup. In 15 minutes, when you look at it critically, it's called it's changing character here. It's changing character here. change of character here. You can see it's retesting here and it's bouncing. This obvious level here. It has broken to the upside now, it's retesting it. As far as I'm concerned, we just wait for price to really give us direction where it wants to go. So yeah, Euro USD, I'm not really seeing anything here. The other point where we have imbalance is here. You have imbalance here. There's the other place we have imbalance. And if we move to 4 hours, there's the only imbalance that we have. The imbalance that we have there. The price action will come back, close up this thing again before it drops. As far as I'm concerned, this Euro USD, I'm just going to leave it the way it is, that until price gives me a clear direction on where price should go. But as you can see, it's been dropping. It dropped before this level here. But it looks as if this did not really occur. This change of character is not really clear. This very point here is not really clear. Just did something zigzag, even though it's pushing to the upside, but it's just too zigzag for my liking. All right, it's just too zigzag for my liking. So if I see something like this, I need price to give me a clear cut on where it's headed. I know this was the last push to the downside. Then every other ones here, you can see they stop shy like that. This one pulls to this side and stop here too. Let's see at the end of the day, let's see what will happen. So if we should analyze only this point here like this far will scale down to 3 hours. You can all see at least we are seeing it little like this. Maybe to 2 hours. Then 1 hour. But anyways, so when you analyze this very properly, you discover that the trend is gradually pushing to the upside. Because it's like this, it came down like this, all right, like this, like this, like this. All right, it's all right, it's up. When you look at it very well, you discover that it's making its way to the upside, right? It's making its way to the upside, all right? That is making its way to the upside. So I would say uh, it's a bullish move. It's a bullish move, but it's not really clear. But this is the last break of structure. It was the last break of structure here. This is where you can see change of character, break of structure, right? Yeah, this one is not really clear, that's why it's not really clear, but as far as I'm there, you cannot see this last support is already violated as well. But it breaks a price action, but it breaks this level. Has violated it. Right? So let's see, maybe it will resume the underlying trend that is bearish, the way I'm seeing it. The only way we can find out is for us to plot our fib2, plot our fib2, wait for price to push into our premium level. If we try to push into our premium level, once we see reaction, we sell. As far as I'm concerned, we are still bearish. On GU, we are bearish. Then GJ. Oh, hell, what's going on? On GJ, we'll do top-down analysis. We'll look at it critically. We discover that we are bullish. We are bullish. Right? We discover that we are bullish. Now, when you look at this thing right here, I'll pick from the last break of structure. This was the last break of structure, and we scale down to 4 hours. The last break of structure here, you can see after this last break of structure, price created a resistance here. Price created a resistance here. Yeah, price created a resistance here. So we scale down to 3 hours. The resistance there, the support here. Price enter the range here. You can see, enter the range, bang, bang. It's been bouncing. That is 1, 2, 3, 4. It's been bouncing. You enter the range here. It's ranging. So, right, as far as I'm concerned, as far as I'm concerned, it's ranging here. price action is ranging here. Once it breaks out of this range, then we'll know where the direction it will face. All right. But before it enters that range, it's been bullish. It's been bullish. So it may likely break out to the upside. So if it breaks to the downside, we are going to sell. If it breaks to the upside, we'll buy. If it breaks, retests the high, we'll buy. If it breaks, retests the low, we'll buy. We sell rather. So that is just it about GJ. That is British pounds, Japanese yen. You can see it's been in a range. Then the last but not the least is Aussie. That is gold USD. There is a resistance here already. There's a resistance here. And apart from that, we have the market shift here. We have a market shift right here. All right, this is where the push started from. And we have AVG seated here. AVG seated here. So scale down to 4 hours. Then we can take this one off so that we can see it clearly. Let's single to up to this point because this side is far. We need to deal with this level here. All right. So the 4 hour point of view, when you look at it, we discover that right here, there's a market shift too. But it came back again, created this. Yeah. From this point, price is making its way to the upside. Price is making its way to the upside. So here we experience another market shift. As you can see, we experienced another market shift because price created a resistance here, broke structure to the downside, right? Broke structure to the downside. Created a resistance, broke structure to the downside. Then there was a strong rejection here, and price pushed to the upside and take out these resistance level. All right, it pushed above the resistance level, even though at this point it started retracing, but it did not take out this low. All right, you see, created another low, then push break structure again. It broke this structure again. All right. Broke structure again to the upside. So this is a pullback. Let price now come back. There's a little AVG here, which price might react to. Because this one here. This is a flag. This is a flag. It's pulling back before it push. All right. Once it pull back a little, then it push. So I think it has resumed, gradually resuming a bullish point. Gradually, it's pushing to the upside because market shift happens, break of structure happens, then there's a pullback. The pullback has ended. The pullback has ended. All right, because there's a rejection, the pullback has ended. Then there is a push to the upside. A push to the upside. So we now go scale down to 3 hours. The same scale down to 2 hours. Then finally 1 hour. So remove this. Let's see clearly. You can see that price is gradually making its way to the upside. See? Making its way to the upside. Price is gradually making its way to the upside. That's the trend line for you. So right now we're expecting price action to pull back either up to this point or this point or this point before it push to the upside. If this flag here, once it's down, then it will push. It's coming down, then it will push. So as far as gold USD is concerned, we are bearish and we are bullish. Sorry, we are bullish. We've been bearish, then this bearish move has ended. So price has resumed a bullish push. Has resumed a bullish push. Price has resumed a bullish push. So anywhere from now, we should any little bearishness, then push bullish. So we'll just be looking for an opportunity to buy, not to sell. Also, guys, that is that for this week. Make sure on gold we are buying. Look for at this point. Once the retracement ends, you see any reaction at the support level, either this point or if price pull into this point, all right, we buy. So that is the two levels that we should be expecting price to trade into. All right, because of this little AVG here seated, this point here, there's AVG seated, so it's most likely that price will pull back up to this point. All right, price might pull back up to this point, then you buy, or pushing below this point to interact with this AVG that is here, Once it gets to this point, you buy. Get to this point, see a reaction, then we buy. So these are the two major levels that we should, between this point inside. Anywhere price starts, then we should buy. So as far as I'm concerned, I'll be looking for buying opportunity. Buying opportunity. All right. So thank you so much. When you watch my video, please do drop a comment. And apart from dropping a comment, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Help the channel to grow. It does not cost you anything to sign up, to subscribe. All you need to do, go to your go to YouTube channel, to go to YouTube, just type again, IGEINFF, just type against FS, then press enter. Then this is my logo here. This is against FS. All you just need to do is click on this subscribe button. That's all. It doesn't cost you anything. Click on subscribe button here. As simple as that. So thank you so much, and I wish you guys a blessed week. Market has opened already. Control your emotions while trading. Don't be in a hurry to place a trade. Open your chart, look at the structure very well before you place a trade. Don't just open your chart and just rush because you want to take a trade, or because because of FOMO, fear of missing out. You just see a bullish candle or a bearish candle, then you just place a trade. No, just be patient. Follow your rules and use a proper risk management. Don't overtrade. I always tell my mentee, don't overtrade. One trade, one good trade every day, or two trades, or sometimes you might not see any opportunity, so just stay out of the market. All right. So thank you so much, and I hope this week we are stepping into will be a very loaded week for us. So I see you again next time. All right. Thank you so much. God bless you.